welcome back to our channel. Have you ever imagined that just one word can push a person into the abyss of destruction? A terrible secret, if exposed, can destroy not only a life but also a chain of conspiracies, lies and sins that have been buried for too long in the dark. In a world where trust is as fragile as a spider's web, where every step can be a trap set, the truth is no longer a light of salvation but a double-edged sword, ready to cut both the revealer and the concealer. And it is in this gloomy context that Kat, a woman covered by a sharp and cold appearance, is playing a life and death game with the only witness who can destroy everything she has built, Leslie. Kat does not need to scream or throw unnecessary threats. Her presence was enough to make the person opposite feel pressured like a predator staring at the weakest point of its prey. With every slight movement, every piercing gaze, Kat showed absolute dominance in a ruthless psychological war. She did not accept risks. She did not allow herself to fail. And above all, to tell everything to be freed from the feeling of endless torment, or to continue to keep silent to preserve her life. But that hesitation was what made Kat even more terrifying. She coldly approached Leslie, without saying a word, but that gaze seemed to be engraving a chilling message into the other person's mind: if you dare to betray me, your end will be hell. Meanwhile, Leslie was no longer the innocent woman she had once been. She was torn apart. Part of her longed to tell the truth, to end the days of living in fear. It would all be over. She was not naive enough to believe that Kat would leave her alone. Kat was not the type to accept defeat in silence. Leslie felt trapped between two giant rocks that were slowly pressing down, and would sooner or later crush her if she did not make a decision quickly. But how could she choose when each option was a journey with no way out? Kat did not wait. She acted. In her head, she was always ready with a series of scenarios, from emotional manipulation to mental intimidation to more extreme measures, all aimed at a single goal: to silence Leslie forever if necessary. She didn't want it to come to that, but she wouldn't hesitate if Leslie dared to betray her. She remembered the moment she accidentally discovered the truth, a secret she never thought she would have to carry with her for the rest of her life. She had promised to keep it a secret. Leslie felt like she was carrying a time bomb in her chest, waiting to explode. Every time she saw Kat, the fear grew, and the guilt deepened. She knew that if she continued to stay silent, the eyes were the fastest way to betray people. And from the uncertain gleam in Leslie's eyes, Kat understood, the decisive moment had come. She couldn't wait for Leslie to choose her own path, she had to be the one to decide their fate. So Kat quietly activated the final steps of her plan. She began to fabricate false evidence, creating situations that would isolate Leslie, make her suspicious, and threaten her from all sides. She wanted Leslie to understand that no one could save her from Kat's hands if she dared to betray her. And once Leslie was completely isolated, Kat would strike the decisive blow, a precise, merciless blow, to eliminate the danger forever. But there was one thing Kat didn't foresee: fear can make people fall, but it can also make them rise stronger than ever. And Leslie, she understood that she could no longer continue to be a pawn in the hands of others. She had to choose, this time not for life, but for justice, for what was right. But that decision, but more intense than any battlefield. One person was determined to keep the secret to the end. One man decides to speak the truth even if it means risking everything. In just a moment, the fragile balance will be broken. Who will win? Who will fall? The answer lies not in words, but in the final act, an act that both know is irreversible. Don't miss the next breathtaking moments. Follow and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a single moment of the most shocking and dramatic developments of Beyond the Gates, where the truth is never freedom. You don't miss a single moment of the most shocking and dramatic developments of Beyond the Gates, where the truth is never freedom.